The few immigration agents there were not looking for Mexicans to come across the border. They were looking for Asians trying to circumvent either the Gentleman's Agreement or the Chinese Exclusion Act.
Signed into federal law in 1882, the Chinese Exclusion Act was an example of congressional reaction to economic instability and social unrest that manifested itself as racial exclusion on a broad scale. It prohibited the immigration of any Chinese laborers into the United States until its repeal in 1943.
Beginning around 1917, the U.S. begins to enforce immigration controls in the Southwest, not to necessarily control Mexican migration, but as part of a broader concern about European migration. So restrictions that are imposed on European migrants that they have to be literate are sometimes imposed in the Southwest, many times aren't. All of these things change what had been a very open environment up until the first decade of the 1900s to one where there are intermittent restrictions. And the intermittent restrictions are important because they force people who had previously treated the border as something that could be crossed freely to something where they have to consider which side of the border they want to be on.
It's not until really the Border Patrol is created in 1924 that one really begins to see this enforcement. This is the time of the Great Spanish Revival. Better Homes and Gardens encouraged homemakers to go Mexican in terms of their home decor. In fact, at the sesquicentennial of the founding of Los Angeles in 1931, Los Angeles city operators were instructed to answer the phone, "Buenos dias, City of Los Angeles." Now, Buenos dias, City of Los Angeles seems very ironic when at the same time they're deporting people.